My name is Franki Doll-Olinger, and I am a teacher of the Law of Attraction. I started teaching the Law of Attraction about 16 years ago. I'm 46 years old right now, and I think just around the time I was 30 years old, I started realizing that there was something going on here, and that choices that I made were actually affecting my world around me. And you know, when I was younger, I remember thinking to myself, gosh, when I really want something to happen, it really happens. But then there was so much stuff that I didn't want to happen that kept happening, and I would hear about the law of attraction, and I thought, you know, whatever. People say that, you know, your thoughts become the things that come about, and I just thought to myself, that cannot be true, because if that was true, that would mean that all of the circumstances of my life were things that I had attracted to me. And by that time, I was so angry, and I felt like life had done me so wrong that it was just painful to believe that there was anything like the law of attraction. For example, so I got sober when I was 26 years old. Again, I'm 46 now, so I'm 20 years sober. And when I got sober, I remember just looking at my whole life like, this is a train wreck. This is a complete train wreck. And people are like, well, you know, whatever you put out there is what you're going to get. And I thought, my whole life I've tried to be perfect. I've tried to do everything perfect, because I thought, if I'm attracting any of this, my God must hate me, or I must hate myself, you know. I had come from being a child that was abused and neglected to being an adult that thought that I was worth abuse and neglect. And you know, I think also that I really wanted my life to be awesome, and it really was not. And I thought, because of the derailment, because of all the bad things that had happened, that was just it. That was the way it was going to end up being. And then I read this book. I remember reading this book years ago when I was like 19 or something. And, you know, when I was 18 years old, something super tragic happened to me, and I didn't want to connect with any human beings. I didn't want anything to do with anybody. But I was 19, and somebody handed me this book, Jonathan Livingston Seagull. And I remember reading this book, and it comes across like it's a kid's book. But it's really not a kid's book. It's a book for adults. It comes across as something that is so remarkable. I don't want to like ruin it for you, but go buy the book and read the book. It's so remarkable. And I felt like I was reading my story. Like, it's hard not to reveal the story and let you know what it is. But long story short, I felt like I definitely was a seagull. Definitely was a seagull. And as time went on and I started learning more about the law of attraction and reading more about the law of attraction, and there's all kinds of books that went into this, such as the Four Agreements. The Four Agreements talks about these core beliefs that we have that make me who I am. So if I believe that I am worthy of love, I'm going to be attracting and bringing love towards myself. But if I don't believe that I'm worthy of love, when love starts showing up, I will find a way to reject it. So if my thoughts really were creating what my reality was, and I didn't believe that this is what my reality was supposed to be, then I was rejecting that reality. So there's a lot of things that had to get straightened out. And to be really honest with you, it was such a struggle for me to start believing and allowing for the law of attraction to happen, because, again, it was just too hard to believe that I would have attracted those things to me. At some point in time, I realized that life was happening for me and not to me. And if life was happening for me, then I had to make a choice on whether or not all these things meant something bad or meant something good. And I remember this like time where I was looking at every single thing that had happened in my life and going, how can I make this good? Why would this be good for me? What did I get from this? What could I have gotten out of this? And in looking at every seemingly bad thing that happened, I was able to find something good that came out of it. And I mean, now I'm sitting here in the middle of this beautiful place recording this video, talking to you, a person that maybe I've never met before, or maybe I have met you before. But had those things not all happened to me, and had I not had to go on a really strenuous fact-finding mission to see what my worth was, I would never have arrived here. And I never would have had to go on that mission had I never had all those terrible or seemingly terrible things happen. In all reality, if the law of attraction is true, I have attracted everything that I have into my life so that I could become who I am today. And I don't think that this is something that just would have happened. I think I was born a great person, but you know, you hear how they talk about, well, it takes cold to know what heat is, and it takes light to know what dark is. Maybe it took emotional darkness to realize how much of the light I truly am. That's a big deal. So I teach the law of attraction because I want everybody to know what I've come to know, and I want everybody to deliberately create amazing things. I think that in this world, if we can just switch one little piece of our brain, just switch one little part of it, we can start creating something different as a whole human race. I don't think that's too much to ask, and I don't think that it's wishful thinking. I think it's pretty spot on. I hope that you'll follow me through all of my videos and my journey and stay with me. I hope that your life changes because you stumbled across this video. Again, my name is Franki Doll-Olinger. I teach the law of attraction.